Hi, I'm Rose.
I'm Greg.
And I'm the director on our video Redemption.
And I'm the lead animator.
We're gonna break down this video to help you learn a little bit more about the theme of redemption. Okay, so for the intro, we start off with just a rose in a pot. This light is ultimately what God is in our video. So we establish this boundary of life, and then immediately this ugly chain comes and violates it. And you'll get to see that it turns very briefly into something ghostly.
Yeah, we called it like the Nazgul effect, constantly disintegrating, dying, and decaying.
It's very empty, dark, nothingness, and inside there's somebody real.
Rob, I think was his name.
That's right. This moment when he slams his fist down, and we get these really cool, big arcs. This is the power of blood. And you'll notice it also has the power to disintegrate this chain. Psh. In the shadow world, things will get really blurry, but this hand that's still owned by the light, perfectly crisp, perfectly clear. It's unmistakable which belongs to which.
Totally.
And so we kind of worked out from that point and created a huge duality between everything that it meant to be owned by God and everything it meant to be owned by death. There's no standing on that line. It's one or the other. You're dead or alive. And so out of that, we were able to get to this idea of activated stillness.
The death world is like a lot more like visually stimulating, like there's a lot more going on, but the sort of sense of safety and wholeness in the home world is like more of like a quiet peace.
My favorite is the way that you got the trees to rotate. Like, that's
Totally
stunning. That's all part of making the home world feel like home. This is the place where you want to go. It's like a moving old photograph, almost like somewhere you remember being. And I worked really hard to make sure the faces were always obscured until they were in the home world.
Yeah, I
Because
think
we want to see the faces, but like, the faces are obscured because you've lost your identity. By the time you've been owned by death, the only place you can be yourself is here, home with God.
Mm-hmm.
What does it mean to be owned by God? And the most important thing is that it means that you get to enact your freedom. Whereas alternatively, being owned by the chain, by death, he can't do anything. He's not his own agent anymore. One thing we were really insistent on is that the chains had to be the worst thing on screen. So they stayed really scratchy. And by extension, Pharaoh couldn't be a monster.
He's owned by death in the same way that all of these other people are owned by death.
And so for the entire video, we had to have this thing also be a snake.
We sort of wanted to evoke the idea of a snake without being like too literal about it.
Exactly. We can't tell the story of redemption without telling the story of blood. God's gift of Ruach inside of us. And that's why it has to look so brilliant. It's alive.
And the whole question is like, what does it mean when people say I've been redeemed by the blood of the Lamb, right?
Yep. One reason the lamb is so cute is because we actually need to feel the loss of this thing. But you'll also notice that as it continues on, it's not sad about its own predicament. It's sort of walking into the darkness for a purpose. And we have Jesus come in, and he's able to saunter in to an environment like this. He is unafraid. And this is kind of what sets Jesus up as doing something significant. He's doing something nobody else can.
Coming to save us. So we see this with the Lamb and Jesus, where they keep their sort of solid form and they're not turning into the white, like Nazgul version of themselves.
Keeping your fidelity and keeping your identity is all about being owned by God. If we are aligned with like our relationship with God, we get to keep our identity even if we're not where we belong. We're
sort of teeing up Jesus' scene later where we see him exiting the tomb, leaving this homeworld circle, and then beckoning to, this is old Tom, beckoning to Tom to choose life and come follow him.
He's giving an invitation. And so that's all you need. It's just a little invitation, a reminder, you can come this way. There's an option now. We sat in the darkness of this video very intentionally because it is talking directly about death. And I wanted to give this topic the somberness and sobriety that it really deserved. I'm hoping that what people come away with is that no matter how much darkness we're facing, that we can remember there is also a home, that we have an option to look at, to go to.